I'm live. What is up, everyone? Welcome. Today we'll be having a shadow work broadcast. So this is something I'm really excited to talk about. We won't get too deep, but this will be more of a broad touching base if you are completely new to this concept or you are just due to review this concept. It's totally up to you. So just some housekeeping things at first. You are welcome to have some water or some tea. I have some water that I'm drinking and then I'm sipping on like my cacao potion. I've been making a special blend with the cacao I got from Guatemala, some masala chai, medicinal mushrooms, and other types of goodies. You can find the cacao from Guatemala on my website if that's what you would want. So we're just getting a drink, getting comfortable, finding a cozy place to sit and to drop into this work for a bit. Yes. So you're sitting, you have something to drink. I also recommend some sage or Palo Santo or like an essential oil diffuser going, something to clear the space. So you can go for that. Also, if you're tuning into this, you're welcome to drop into the comments with any questions or anything like that. Let me put on some background vibes. Just trying to put some music on. Okay. So we're just getting comfortable and clearing the space for a little shadow work transmission. So we have our Palo Santo burning, our cacao that we are sipping on, our water that we're sipping on, or whatever, waiting for some people to trickle in. And something that I did in yesterday's video and then part of the practice that I do in general is a daily tarot card reading. So I figure when I hop on live, if I think of it, I will go ahead and pull a card just to get the energy moving and to get the conversation started, just something to think about to guide us on our journey. So shuffling, shuffle. Also, if you can like hear and see me well, put something in the comments, like a thumbs up or something like that. That'll just help me get better on the production side of things. All right. Ooh, we have the Three of Staffs. Three of Staffs. So I look at the tarot cards symbolically. So the first thing that stands out is the number 3. 3, the Trinity, the triangle, a very good foundational shape, foundational number, mind, body, spirit. 3 coming up a lot. Also, staffs corresponds to the solar plexus, willpower, I can, like really getting it done, really putting your energy into something and seeing it through. We can see this guy from a balanced standpoint to 2 stops and then another one, be really confidently moving forward into the journey. So you can pretend to be this guy as we are going into our journey, talking about shadow work. And yeah, I'm excited to do that. So basically, I want to share my screen and present like a little presentation that I've made to go along with this. So bear with me because I've never done this before with StreamYard. Taking a little break at work and thought I'd drop in. Cool. Thank you for the comment. And let me share my screen. Screenshot. Share. Okay, bear with me. All right. Let's see. Okay, yay! It's working. You can see my screen. So, this is the presentation on Your Shadow is Sexy, a transformational journey helping you open up to the depths of your hidden self and begin or deepen your journey of self-discovery. So again, in the comments, let me know, are you completely new to this concept of shadow work? Are you familiar with it, but you call it something else? I'm super curious to know where everyone is at with that. And then, yeah, I wanted to talk about Simply Lucid, or just the concept of my business, simply being to do something clearly, really valuing clarity, a lack of obstruction of vision. Like, I'm talking to the big picture visionaries, the dreamers. Lucid, we have, again, this concept of clarity and having one's full capacities to be able to be mystical and magical, but grounded and balanced and ultimately sane on this journey. And then to have that encompass your whole lifestyle. So to really experience clear thinking, growth, and change with clarity and light. This has been the journey that I've been on for the past 5 years now. Simply Lucid really being a product of the past few years. And now I'm working on packaging and sharing content that helped me on my journey with other people. Yay. And again, thanks to everyone tuning in. Feel free to drop a comment just saying like where you're at, what you're up to, and then how you're feeling. Staying hydrated and keeping the space clean with our sage or Palo Santo or whatever. So yes, a little more about me. My name is Kayla, and I am an intuitive, a coach, and ultimately a podcaster. I love all things magic, mindset, and empowerment. I love interviewing really cool people for my podcast, as well as documenting my own journey on my YouTube channel. And I really want to help magical or highly creative, highly sensitive beings shift their mindset and habits so they can receive more of what they actually want in their life. More power, more purpose, more practical magic, getting up and feeling actually excited about the life that you live. And as well as that, I am a world traveler, and I love connecting with and being influenced by other cultures. So that is a bit about me. So what to expect from this mini journey that we are taking today? Basically, we'll be tuning into why we're even showing up to do this work. Like, why do we care about shadow work? I recommend that you tune in throughout the journey, and whenever you would want to, tune in to how your body is feeling as we're navigating this. Tune into what emotions you can correlate to those feelings. Like, it might feel fuzzy, it might feel sticky. What emotion words can you use for that? And I actually have a whole feelings chart and mood tracker, again, on my website that can help people come into more of a practice of identifying their feelings as they come up, because that's what I sure had to do at one point in time in my journey. I would frame everything about how I was thinking. Like, I think this, I think that, I think this, I think that. And it took a brave person to really challenge me on, like, no, not what are you thinking all the time? How are you feeling? And that has opened up a whole new world as to how I experience life. We're also staying open and tuned into stories that are coming up, thoughts that are coming up, the tendency to categorize our thoughts and our stories as good or bad, but ultimately be really influenced by them, whether they're real or not. So staying mindful of that. If something comes up, being able to identify as consciousness observing the thoughts going by, not over-identifying with the thoughts, not over-identifying with the stories, but identifying as the observer, the consciousness behind all of that. And personally, that's a practice I've been doing recently, inspired by Mina Irfan, the universe guru. Really, really like her work, but she presented something in a way that is to say, that's just your programming. That's just your programming. So when I get triggered or something happens, I've been practicing like, that's just my programming. And when I can see whatever's coming up as my programming, or however you want to conceive of it, it helps me not over identify, not get lost in what's coming up, but identify with the observer. And sure enough, after a while, that thing will get small and it will prevent a fight or something unnecessary really happening, because I'm identifying it as a program running. And today we're really getting into not only programs that are running, but ones that might be subconscious, the ones that are unconscious, the ones that have been put there by school or religion or some type of institution or construct. No matter the intentionality behind it, it's an invitation to assess the programs and really clear out what is no longer needed, you know? So staying tuned into our bodies as we're navigating this work, and expanding our awareness and looking for opportunities to continue to expand that awareness in different parts of our lives. Maybe that's right when you get up. Maybe that's right before you go to bed. Maybe that's right when you get triggered, but taking little cues to drop into analyzing, hey, is this my program? Hey, is this a story I'm making up? Hey, is this really helping me right now? Hey, do I really have to say everything that comes to my mind? So this is ultimately a transformation to not only a personal transformation, but I feel like the how it will impact and benefit our relationships, our relationship with ourselves and the things around us, our family, our lovers, our work, our creativity. It's going to be enhancing all of that. It's like getting your computer systems upgrade, you know what I mean? But then you are that computer, this like highly evolved technology. And then we also have some important links if you're interested. Mostly my Facebook group. It's completely free and it's a great place to receive support or feedback basically 24/7 as we navigate things like coming into our personal magic, boundaries, shadow work, and manifestation. So yeah, this is just a bit more about the Facebook group, and there are already like almost 100 people in there, I think, doing their really cool things. Most of the people coming to the group wanting a sense of resonance, wanting support and connection, and to not feel alone on their journey, especially as more mystical, witchy, esoteric type of people. So I'm grateful to be creating that space and growing that space, and you're welcome to join. And again, it is for free. And if you are looking to connect with me, these are just my social media links, my email, my website, my YouTube, and you can basically find me there. There's the list. So yeah, that is a little bit of the intro, and now we can get into the juicy shadow work portion of the journey. All right. So we're going into this with commitment. And if you're anything like me, commitment has been a beast to navigate throughout life. And I wish I would need to find another word for it, because my programming hears commitment and thinks of all of these negative stories, all of these negative connotations. And what I'm looking for is like a pact or like a promise to myself that can really help me deepen into the work that I'm doing. So here's an example of like a promise to yourself note. If it resonates, you can let me know, but it's essentially a promise to stop playing small and to really commit to doing this work before even getting started. And if you're not ready to take on that level of commitment or dedication in this journey, that's fine. Like, don't force anything that you're not feeling. But if you are really ready and you are really ready to show up like that, I invite you to experiment with this contract form type of thing to help you step into your most empowered self. So yeah, you can take some time and look over that. I am just going to run to the restroom because I'm pregnant and I want to stay hydrated, and I go to the bathroom a lot. No shame in my game. I'll be right back. You can take a look over the contract and then we'll get deeper into the shadow work. And I'm back already. Okay, I'm back already. We have started this journey. We have committed to ourselves. And here we go on to the next step. So I'm sure many of you are in the self-development, self-help universe have done this before, and it's knowing your why. Like, why do you want to do this work? Why do you want to have alchemic transformation? Why do you want to really integrate your shadow into your conscious awareness? And this isn't something to overthink. This is more of like a brain dump, brainstorm exercise. So if you're following along with me either live or in the replay, I invite you to have a pen and a paper, really take some time and write, like, why do you want to do this work? Again, I invite you to not overthink, not judge yourself, just like blah, blah, blah. Stream of consciousness, why do you want this? You could want this to become a person you're trying to be. You can want this to move away from someone that you're not trying to be. This could look, you know what I mean? Like, this could be motivation to get towards a future, or this could be motivation to work through stuff in the past. Or it could be motivation to increase your awareness in the present moment. Only you really, really, really know your why. And this is going to help anchor you and ground you in times of strife or frustration or turmoil, or in times that you think like giving up, or just when you're feeling overall emo and you're like, what's the point? You can revisit your why at any point in time. So we'll take a few moments. If you're following along, like I said, take your pen, take your paper, or even just think it out, even say aloud what's coming up for you. Why? Like, why do you want to have this new relationship with your shadow, to where not only are you not scared of it anymore, but you find it even sexy, seductive, very interesting, wanting to flirt with it, know it, be with it, play with it, integrate it. Your why could be because it's fun or because it's hard. Your why can really look like anything because it's your why. So a few more moments here. And again, as we're doing this work, staying present with feelings and sensations that are coming up in the body, emotions that might go with that, but ultimately holding a space of clarity and non-judgment, observing thoughts and stories as they come up, and then letting them go and moving on. A few more moments here with the why. And if you are following along with the live, feel free to write your why in the comments if you want, if you really, really want. So next we have, what the heck is shadow work? Like I said, you might already be familiar with this work, but know it by another name. You might want to rebrand it. You might not even resonate with the word work. Again, we are designing our programming to really respond well to what we're saying. So shadow play, however you want to conceive of this, but shadow work, as I'm presenting it, has really been brought into the forefront of consciousness by Carl Jung. He was super into the unconscious, into the dream world. His writing is pretty like dense and heady, but you can find really cool YouTube videos. You can even find his books out there. There are Jungian analysts that have gathered together to be like, ooh, we like this flavor of psychology and all of that. So he's introducing the shadow self as like the unconscious elements of your personality. So why would we have unconscious elements of our personality? Well, it might be the stuff that we are afraid of, the stuff that we are ashamed of, the stuff that we or society at large has deemed undesirable or unnecessary or bad or threatening or whatever have you. And this is a combination of what we think about it, but ultimately we're influenced by how we grew up. We're influenced by society. So we can stay open and curious with like, what are my subconscious, like what are the elements of my subconscious personality and how did it get that way? So the really interesting work is the parts of our shadow or the parts of our unconscious that we're not even aware that's there. For example, we might know that we're very judgmental, but we want to shove our judginess to our subconscious mind because like it's not nice to be a judgmental person. That's the program running, right? But in that unconscious or subconscious realm, along with judgment, there can be a whole bunch of other stuff there that you don't even know lives there. It can be passed down from who knows how long. It's like going into a house and the basement is just full of clutter and stuff and it's not even your stuff. Who knows where it came from? So we're like going into the basement, we're dusting off the dust, on the stuff that's down there, and we're seeing, hey, can this go in the living room? Can this go in the kitchen? Like, can I donate this? That is analogy, a house analogy, if you will, for the conscious and subconscious minds. So again, push down there into the shadow. It's stuff we don't like, stuff we reject, anything that's like a weakness or a shortcoming, or even something that doesn't feel good. So as we are coming into the awareness of the shadow or what we can push down to the subconscious, like I'm curious, like why do you think this process is even happening? Do you think it serves a purpose or not? So we went through some examples. And ultimately, although the shadow may seem bad, becoming aware of the shadow and integrating it is actually fundamental in maturing, having a whole well-balanced personality. And I think it ultimately makes life way more interesting because the more you can bring up from your unconscious or your subconscious, your shadow, the more you're integrating into your conscious mind or the light, the more you actually have to share with people. You know what I mean? Like something that has been repressed for so long, you get it out there and now you can actually engage with people with that in the world. And ultimately it comes down to, I do think that makes things more interesting. I do think that makes things way more fun if people are embracing what is working with all the parts of themselves, putting it in their place, and if it really doesn't need to go there, getting rid of it. Like we are getting light here, we are getting clear here. Is 2021. Let's go. So we already talked about this, but like why do shadow work? This can correspond with your subjective why, but like I said, the why for me, or the why I feel called to talk about this or help people transform their shadow like this, is because I think it creates stronger, more empowered, more embodied, sovereign people. And like, although it might be beneficial for some people to have all this power and have other people like scared small little people playing their master slave game, whatever, I think it's more fun to have people walking around like they know themselves, ego humbled, you know what I mean, aware that we run programs, but ultimately strong ass people out here. That's what I want with my fellow men, women on the planet. So I'll do my little bit in doing my own shadow work, but also sharing, hopefully inspiring others or giving them a place to start or some tools to do their own work. And as we're doing this, who knows what the limit is? You know what I mean? Who knows how much there is to really integrate, or how much of our personality can we continue to bring online as we do this work. So I'm into it for the fun, for the empowerment, and just the quest, for the sake of the journey. That is fun to me, you know? And again, thank you to everyone who's tuning in to the live. If you have any questions or comments as we're going through things, don't hesitate to comment in the comment section. And if anything gets too like charged for you, I also, like I said, we have our sage and Palo Santo essential oil stuff burning. All right. So again, if you have your paper, pen, we're about to do an exercise. If you want to play along, we will do what is essentially a mind map of our subconscious. So this is a way to find out, or like a snapshot of what's going on in your subconscious mind. Basically, I invite you to take a few minutes, and in these bubbles right here that you see, write down exactly what is going on in your life. It's like a snapshot. So you can say, I'm not making as much money as I want, or I'm making more money than I ever have. I need to exercise more, or I've been exercising more. I need to eat better. I've been eating better. Like, take a holistic inventory of your life. Again, not overthinking it, just like brain dumping, like what's going on, as if an alien came to observe you and is like taking notes on you as a human viewing your life. That alien is you. You, the consciousness of the observer, is looking at you, avatar you, looking at your life. What do you see? And this exercise is cool beyond shadow work or subconscious mind mapping to get to practice expanding your awareness to be the viewer and not over identify with like the ego self or the program. So you can close your eyes to do this if it will help you visualize better. But what we're doing is brainstorming, brain dumping what is going on in our life right now. Again, no judgment, no like moving past any stories that come up, staying open to the feelings that come up, but ultimately like taking an inventory. Like, how are your relationships? How's your career? How's your fitness going? How's your nutrition going? How's your fun for the sake of fun going? How's your creativity going? All of the things you can think of, and you're just writing. And I created this mind map looking thing as a visualization because I really like mind mapping in the sense of in the middle we have our subconscious, and then branching out from that we have the different things, and then these things are a snapshot into our life. So taking a few more moments with this. If you're tuning into the live, cool. If you're watching the replay, hello, thank you for showing up to do this work. And we will just take a few more moments here as you are mind mapping your subconscious. So again, as we are navigating this work, how are you feeling? Like, are you feeling tightness in your chest? Are you feeling like your thoughts are going crazy to where you're having trouble focusing? How are you feeling? What feelings, words can you ascribe to this? All right. And if you are watching this on replay, feel free to pause the video at any time it serves you to take more, or speed up the video to take less time as we do this work. So what are some things that could have come up for you? Maybe you're having great sex. Maybe you are due for your next adventure. Maybe you are really focused on nesting and making a really comfy home. Maybe you are stressed about money. Maybe you're having some relationship drama. So as you're looking at your own subconscious mind map, I invite you to own that every single thing that came up, every single thing that is going on in your life right now, you actually want. And this exercise or this concept can and is triggering for some people, because they're like, I don't want to be having bad sex. I don't want to be stressed about money. Well, going along with this line of thinking or these theories, that is to say, that's your conscious mind with a story saying that. But your unconscious, your shadow, what you've pushed down there, that's really what you're wanting. So let me know if this is making sense to you. But what I'm saying is, every single thing that you just wrote is exactly what you want in your life. So another step of this exercise is focus on one aspect that came up. For example, say you're stressed about money. So sit with that, like closing your eyes, clearing yourself. You're stressed about money. That is what is happening in your life right now. Step 1 is like tune into that. Step 2 is practice embodying, and like, I'm stressed about money, and that's exactly what I want in my life right now. And this is real embodied, like, energy play. It can take time for you to get this practice. But step 1, like I said, reflect on, for example, you're stressed about money. Step 2, embody the knowingness, the trust, the belief that that's exactly what you want right now. Step 3 is like, how does that make you feel? What comes up as you're conceiving of you wanting to be stressed about money, or you wanting to be having bad sex? And this work can go like infinitely deep. So I invite you to push your edge and really challenge yourself. But if you are in a place with trauma to where doing this work is not making you feel like safe right now, I recommend going to like a professional counselor or a therapist to really get the foundational coping tools that you need to better do this self-directed shadow work. So that's just a caveat I want to say. So yeah, that was just an exercise, and you can go all different ways with this. Now that you have your subconscious mind map, you can do this process on everything that came up if you would want to. Picking a point that came up, reflecting on it, embodying it, seeing how it made you feel, thinking about how it made you feel, and then owning that's exactly what I want in my life right now. That's exactly what I want in my life right now. And playing with that. You're allowed to play with this stuff. It's energy. Keeping a journal, like letting stuff move through you, writing it down as it comes up, getting it back out, and keeping that energy moving and not having it be stuck. If something is really triggering you, for example, say you're having bad sex right now. So you're having bad sex right now, and that's really what you're wanting. Say that really pisses you off. The program's like, that's not what I want. How dare anyone imply that that's what I want? And it's like, all right, we're practicing, that's a program, and we're staying curious. Like, how could that be what I want right now? You know what I mean? This is a fun play type of game. And, that's part of my why, opening up the space to really work with people and facilitate the shifts if they are at points of more resistance, because I firsthand know how much resistance can come in doing this work. So a few more moments with the subconscious mind mapping exercise, and then we will move on. I'm going to run to the restroom again. I'll be right back. And yeah, if your journal is open, I invite you to just journal, or in the comment section, how you doing, what's coming up for you right now, and I'll be right back. Right. Okay. I'm back again. What is next? So yeah, like I said, here is space and time to just reflect. How was that exercise for you? Do you have no idea what I'm talking about? Are you like, give me something harder? Like, I'm not new to this. Where are you at? And what is coming up for you? And then finally, I just wanted to share some affirmations. This might work for reprogramming your subconscious. You could write these affirmations down, put them where you can see them, and it's reprogramming the subconscious mind, basically. So some ones that I really like are like, I don't need unsolicited feedback or advice because I'm not really looking for, because I'm really looking for it. Yeah, I need to put not really looking for validation and approval. I commit to loving myself in my life. Lasting fulfillment can come from within. I don't need a reason to like the things that I like. I've never been better. Everything I have is what I already want, which corresponds to the exercise that we just did. So here are some affirmations. And if you take my course, you'll be able to access all of these downloads and all of these exercises on your own. And then, yeah, I just leave space for kind of do-it-yourself shadow work affirmations. Like if something came up for you, if you're like, I'm stressed about money and I fucking love it. You know what I mean? Like I have great friendships and I love it. Whatever's coming up for you, there's a place to write your own affirmations as well. And yeah, so that concludes our mini dive into shadow work. If you would like to go deeper or have a more one-on-one experience with me, this will be my last offering of the year. Also my last offering before my baby comes. This is like really the time to work with me. We are starting our journey on September 21st, so the fall equinox, and we'll be having a 4-module course lasting roughly 12 weeks. Like this will be longer because we'll need time to integrate, and honestly the work will take even longer than that, 12 weeks, but you will have lifetime access to the course, which is really cool. Module 1 being I'm a magical badass. I talked about that yesterday, how to overcome your limits and really step out of the broom closet and into your more intuitive gifts. Module 2, my shadow is sexy. We dipped our toe in today, but in the course we will be going way deeper and do other things as well, mostly bringing in inner child work and bringing in expanding our container or expanding our havingness level so we can make room for more cool shit in our lives. Module 3 being boundaries are beautiful. We'll talk about that a bit tomorrow in the live stream. And then finally, module 4, manifestation magic, how to really create and build the life that you want, the life that you're like excited to get out of bed and go live. And we'll talk a bit about that on Friday then. And then on Monday, I'm also having a free play shop, workshop, however you want to conceive of it. So tune into that. And I will leave a link in the comments to register for the course. The first 11 people that sign up will get a special one-on-one with me to really assess their unique goals for the journey and the program and their life. And what makes this course different is that I'm really combining my background in traditional psychology. Like I said, I have a degree in psychology from Ohio State, like a big research institution, as well as the esoteric or mystical or spiritual, energetic aspect to all of this. I have studied Reiki and herbalism and traveled around the world connecting with shamans and wise women, wise people. And this will really be a fusion of like modern scientific study and research with like ancient mysticism coming together for this unique course. And again, this is the last time I'll be offering it this year and the last time I'm offering it before baby comes. So yeah, if any of this has tickled you, I highly recommend getting into this. And then I also have a payment plan for people to make it way more accessible to people during these times. So that is it. That is it for the shadow play presentation game. Thank you to everyone who've tuned in. Let me know how that was for you. I hope you're doing so well. Yeah, stay tuned for my talk about boundaries tomorrow. Other than that, feel free to message me with any questions or comments you may have. And I'm excited for those of you that will be joining Simply Lucid Fall Journey starting later this month. Thank you, everyone. Peace.